Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today I wanted to share my yearly tarot reading. And I use this every year at the top of the year, or right before the new year. So this is my 2021 tarot spread. I was able to get both tarot spreads that I'm going to show you from Pinterest, which honestly most years I get them from Pinterest because it's some good stuff on Pinterest. So anyway, so I have this spread there, and you'll see momentarily because I'm going to change the camera and put it here in my work area. But what I do want to say is I find this is super helpful at the top of the year, even if the messaging isn't exactly what I would like it to be, meaning if you pull cards that basically have negative connotations to it, regardless of what the situation is, most of us feel some type of way. Yes, if we're above the fray and we don't feel that way, that's great. But most of us, if you pull like the Tower card, especially depending on what that subject is, it's like, okay, so things are falling apart. Oh my God, now what? And of course, we understand if you read cards that if you pull a card like that, it typically means, it could mean that something bad is being torn down and you have a chance to rebuild, or it's something you thought was solid and it wasn't. And, it's making way for something better. Same thing like with the death card. Typically, death for me is just change. It's usually change I might not really want. It might not be something I'm changing, it might be circumstances or something like that. But ultimately, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be unhappy and negative and all that, it's just symbolizing what it is. So, if I pull some of these cards, because I'm going to show you as I actually do it, then, so be it. And I'll work it through. And what I'll do sometimes, even if I have a reading set up that I'm working on, I'll still go ahead and pull more cards if I'm not sure on what the meaning is or if there's more to it. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, so first things first, I want to cleanse the area. And this is just from my planner page. This is the New Year Tarot spread. Actually, it's from Biddy Tarot at biddytarot.com, but I got it from off of Pinterest. So, first things first, I like to cleanse. Let's just get this sage, this entire area. And this is the time when you're going to do something like this. This is how it goes from just being a page on Pinterest or something you printed out, and this is when you begin to implant intentions. This is when it gets real, to be honest with you. This is when it gets real. So what I'm doing right now is first I'm just cleansing the space, and I like to do in an emotion like this, not emotion, a motion, like so, where I basically just go around the area that I'm working in. I'm creating basically a protective shield in this area. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to put a little more smoke on this. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I really want to get this going. So I'm basically just creating a sacred space. And I'm doing so, and I'm actually coming around me. You can't see off camera, but I'm going around, switching hands because all hands on deck. And my initial purpose is just to cleanse, okay? Just to cleanse the space. The rotations, how often you go around, that's up to you. But this is, I feel that was enough, by the way, to create basically a barrier, and also to create a space where whoever I invite in or whatever I invite in, it's safe to come in to do so. I've cleansed any other interference out of the way. So that was that intention right there. And I'm just going to take that off to the side, off camera. So that's done. So I have my candle here. If you notice, my initial is M. This is a personal reading, and I wanted something more personal besides me. So I have this here. If you are looking for something like this, I actually got this from the Target, the $5 spot area. I got this color. It's green, which I represent. To me, green is like fertility, it's growth, it's all of those sort of things. So, prosperity or prosperous new year. Again, it's not always about money, guys. That's not necessarily it, but Anyway, that's why I got the candles. So it made sense to me. So here's the spread. I'm going to move this off, and I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle my cards. We're going to get some energy into these. I have been doing readings, so what I like to do sometimes is just get it going. Now, the cards, if you notice, were on this space when I was doing the saging, so I feel confident that they've been cleansed of any residual energies. I am the only person who handles these cards, so there's that part. So I'm a thorough shuffler. Just to let you know, I like to, when I do this part here, again, it's just like getting energy through the cards. I'm touching them all, and I want to get a flow, get that energy flowing. So that's why when you approach your cards, you approach a reading, what kind of energy are you on? Is it like, are you hopped up on caffeine? Is it first thing in the morning? Is it late at night and you're exhausted? You know, what type of energy you're on will feed into your reading, in my opinion. At least it has for me. So I'm very, I try to be clever about this energy thing. And, making sure that I'm grounded, I'm in a good place. And right now I am. I woke up this morning feeling very grateful, feeling inspired, ready to flex my creativity. I had all of that type of energy, and I still do. So, that's where I'm at right now. So, and this deck that I'm using for this reading is I'll pull the book off so I can, this is what the box looks like if you buy it. Guide to the Everyday Witch Tarot, Deborah Blake. So if you're interested, this has been out for a couple years now. This has become my standard favorite deck. I have others that I like and I enjoy using, and they are helpful. But this is I keep coming back to these, I'll just say that. And you'll see probably why momentarily. So let me get that off. All right, so the cards. So when I do my cards, once I feel like I've, did enough shuffling, I do this. It's 3. It's always 3. And basically, it's like the knock to enter, to come in. That it's something I always do. It's always 3 knocks. So that means we're ready to begin. If you want to say some words now, this is the perfect time to put your intentions out there. So my intention is to gain knowledge, is to let forth energy that is beneficial to me and to my greater good. I'm only interested in getting messages that are to my benefit and to my greater good. That is all. I invite that energy. So what that means to me, my greater good, it might not be something I like, but it's for my greater good. Okay? So it's not saying, oh, I don't want any negative, readings, any negative cards. That's not what I mean. It just means whatever it is, whatever the message I get, it's always for my greater good. So I'm going to go ahead and do the spread now. And this is really small. You're not going to be able to read it, but basically it's 12 cards. So the first card, and by the way, when I pull cards, I put them face down. We all have our styles. That's just what I do. So it's going to be a row of 5, then 6 through 9, and then 10 through 12. So the first card is the previous year in summary. So I'm going to cut this 3 ways because I'm ready to go. So this is 1, the previous year in summary, lessons learned from the past year. Now, sometimes I'll reshuffle the cards because I feel like I have to. Something tells me to, so I do. I don't, investigate the feeling. I just do it. Aspirations for the next 12 months. What empowers you in reaching your aspirations? What may stand in the way of you reaching your aspirations? Your relationships and emotions in the coming year. Your career, work, and finances. Your health and well-being. And one more. And then let's see, your health and well-being, your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. This card feels right. Okay. Then I have your spiritual energy and, oh no, sorry, I'm losing my lines here. What you need to focus on in the year ahead. So let me just recenter myself. What I need to focus on in the year ahead. Okay. Your most important lesson for the coming year. Overall, where are you headed in the next 12 months? That's a big question, and that one came out. There we go. So I got the whole reading here, the whole thing. Well, I'll put these up here. Okay. So these are all the cards. Now, once I'm done off camera, I'm going to write all this out. So I'll have it, and I'll put this in my planner, just so you guys know. But I'm just going to get into it now. So now I'll flip it over. The Fool. The previous year in summary. To me, it was about taking chances, putting myself out there. This one's simple enough for me to understand. If you notice the witch in this card, that's why certain readings matter to me, because sometimes I'll look at the image and that resonates more than what the quote unquote definition is. But the Fool, to me, the Fool is about taking chances in life. She's on the edge. She doesn't care that she's close. She wants to go. She wants to go for it and, take flight. She's on the witch here, on the broom here. So she just wants to take flight. She wants to go explore and, be free basically and go on a journey, So that's definitely, I would summarize the previous year in summary. Open, willing to put myself out there, give it a try, give it a go. So there we are. So the next one was lessons learned from this past year. That's 2020. Ten of Cups. So, Ten of Cups, it depends on how you look at it. But for me, this image, again, when I see these things, I'm applying it to me and what I think that message means, what resonates, what first comes to my mind. I don't second guess it because I make myself a little crazy when I do that. But when I see the imagery of the card, it lets me know relationships matter. Romantic relationships, those are the foundation for a lot of the things, lessons learned, and basically taking time with my partner, intimacy, those things, lessons learned, that's important. Don't take that for granted. Okay, so the next one is aspirations for the next 12 months. Now, check this out. Six of Cups. Six of Cups for me has always been one of those things of, it's kind of like goodwill, sharing, that sort of stuff. Again, and it's a Cups card, so again, it goes more of an emotional thing. So I do have a lot of emotional type of aspirations for the next 12 months, but basically peace, to be, I guess, someone who is, I'd like to be peaceful, but I'll just say that. I want to be seen as peaceful. I don't want to be seen as someone who brings drama. And this is not just here, I meant just in general, the people I love and care about. I want to be a sense of peace for them. When you look at the imagery of the card, there's this little witch here, and she's accepting this, it looks like a gift of this or exchange of some sort is occurring. And everything looks really pleasant, and that's kind of what I want to represent. That's what I'm aspiring to be, is a little bit of both witches. The male witch, where he looks like he's got the apron on, so clearly this is his garden, he's willing to share, and it makes this person happy. I also like the idea of being the little witch, willing to accept and willing to receive as well, and being in a space, a headspace, an emotional space where I can do so without feeling like weirdly guilty, or I got to do something back, or second guessing and all that sort of stuff. And I know that sounds like an obvious thing, but in real life, guys, I think a lot of us probably have those types of issues where it's like, okay, in theory, I understand what I should be doing and how I should be feeling, but in real life practice, sometimes we struggle with when people do things for us, or coming across the way we want, aspiring to be someone who is nurturing, giving, and in tune with the energy. Because obviously, this witch is little witch is very happy to receive this. So there's obviously knowledge. This is just what you need. I aspired to that in 2021. If that makes any sense. What empowers you in reaching your aspirations? So here I got the Knight of Wands. So, honestly, what inspires me is just the sense of adventure. I love starting a new project. I'm a full sun Aries, and that is definitely me. When I see this Knight of Wands, and you can see he's got his little wand, he's got his magic going here. His little familiar, cat familiar, is hanging on for dear life. It looks a little precarious, but he's going in. This male witch is going in. The dragon's breathing. That's okay. I'm kind of the same way. I'm doing it anyway. Oh, it's an obstacle. It's big. It's mighty. I'm charging ahead. That's what kind of gets me going. Um, I don't always have to feel like I have opposition, but if we're being honest, it is helpful to drive you. So the next card is what may stand in the way of reaching your aspirations? King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles, I've always seen it as basically one or two things. The overall idea of sort of having your cake and eating it too. You see the king here with his cake, and his home and everything is prosperous. You see grapes, greenery, the pentacle, everything is like popping basically for the King of Pentacles. Um, how this might be an issue is two things. Either it's the idea of the energy surrounding this type of card, or a physical person, uh, typically a male figure, who could get in the way of me reaching my aspiration. So this is something I'll be mindful of. Male energy or actual male person who could be stopping me now. we'll we'll definitely revisit that for sure throughout the year, I'm sure. The next one, and here's the thing, by the way, about this. The question was just what may. So, what influence may stop me? Doesn't mean it will, doesn't mean that someone's plotting to, but it's possible they could derail me from my aspiration. So, or that energy. Um, the next one was your relationships and emotions in this coming year. So it was 10 of cups. So if you notice here, the 10 of cups, if you look at the imagery, there's balloons here. She's on the beach, the witch, and she's crying. She's looking over the three cups that fell, but she still has, all the stuff, the party, looks like a party's going on. There's wine, there's two other cups here. So basically, she's focused on this. Again, this is an emotional thing. So what this lets me know is, my as far as relationships and emotions in this coming year, be mindful. It's okay if spilled. I'm upset. Things didn't go as I planned. However, don't lose sight that there's a whole celebration going on. There's so much more to be grateful for, um, instead of wallowing in what's already been done. So that's something I'll be mindful of, and definitely watch it basically as far as relationships and my own emotions go, going forward. So, and I do have, if I'm honest, I have a tendency sometimes to kind of focus on that a little too long than what I should, instead of kind of just looking ahead. And I have to basically force myself out of that mindset at times. The next one is your career, work, and finances, and it's death. Now, you guys saw me shuffled 50 million times. There's been no editing. So the fact that I had a feeling this was going to come up. So basically, what this means is change. Okay? And this is in regarding to, remember, career, work, and finances. Now, if you watch this channel even a little bit, you know that I don't work outside the home. I'm basically I'm a housewife, and I do YouTube, and I'm writing. So what I see this meaning is everything's changing. It's an end to what I thought or what I have been doing in regards to this subject matter, career wise, finances, and all that. And it doesn't mean a bad thing, it just means a change. And what I would want to do going forward, which I am going to do, is another reading where I'm going to be doing, well, you'll see, but basically, and I'll maybe get a chance to explore this a little bit more. But that just means the end of something. Death is a finality of something, and there's a new chapter, something new, a new life, something else is coming afterwards. There's always life, after death. In most cases, people die, but there's always new life coming in. So it's possible that how I've been, like I said, how I've been doing things, that's going to change. which would be actually a beneficial to me as far as me getting it done. So I think this is the year it meaning my book, my my series and all that stuff, it gets done, because the way I've been doing it, it's not going to work. It's not sustainable. This actually makes me feel better seeing this card. All right, so the next one is your health and well-being for 2021. Queen of Wands. So my health and well-being, basically, I this card represents to me what I get from this self-care. That's the first thing that popped in my head. Um, and just being aware, oh my God, just taking care of myself, um, just being on it, being the true queen of of my temple, and my temple being my body and all that sort of stuff. That's what I get from this card. So I feel very positive about that. The next one is going to be your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. So first of all, I this resonates with me just in that subject matter alone. Your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. So check her out. She is good. Life is good. She's on the witch here. She's on the beach. She's got her cups stacked up. Life is good. So it's like it. Stay in that space. That's fine. Be grateful and so forth. However, don't get so distracted. Don't get too cocky. Basically, that's kind of what I get from the reading from this card. Um, it's okay to be happy and grateful for the things that I have, but make sure that I'm also working on inner fulfillment, making sure that's coming. Basically, for me, that means like meditation. That means taking time to do certain rituals daily, something I already want to do. So this almost feels like a validation of that for my goals. That's what I see when I get this card. So I'm all for that. Now, next card. What you most need to focus on in the year ahead. Ten of Pentacles. Now check this out. This is again, it's what do I need to focus on? Money. But family, structure. Look at this, the home, and this falls in line with a lot of what I'm planning to do. So look at this, it's like the husband here, the wife, the kids, the whole thing, the baby, the pets, everything, lush, prosperity, abundance. Um, but it's not just about money, it's about that family unit. It's about relationships. So that's what I get from this card, and I like that energy, by the way. Okay, and the next card is Nine of Wands. And Nine of Wands, for me, this card, let me get it closer. This card has always represented, this card in this deck has always represented to me, this witch is tired, she's exhausted, she's been doing a good fight, but this witch needs a break. And in order for her to take that break, she needs to know that whenever there is an issue as far as, obstacles, distractions, or people, it's not always targeted to me or, to the witch. This is not to say that it's always intentional. Sometimes, basically, don't be so freaking defensive all the time. And this is answering the question, your most important lesson for the coming year. So basically, chill. Like everything is not everybody. Everything is not against you. You don't have to always be in this fighting position. I in the past it was necessary, but for now, chill. It doesn't have to be like that. All right. So the next card that I'm pulling overall, where are you headed in the next 12 months? Judgment. So the imagery of the card, judgment. The witch is playing an instrument. She's skipping along happily on her own path. And that's basically letting me know overall where I'm headed is wherever the hell I want to be headed to, wherever I plan to go. And I'll go at the rhythm of my choosing. It's just a matter of setting the tone, the vibration, the frequency, the rhythm. This is what this lets me know. So it's all up to me. So first of all, I definitely appreciate this message. So I'm going to go ahead and write all of this down and get that so I can look at it throughout 2021. And I will be back with another video where I will show you the other reading I'm going to do, which, well, watch the next video that I put out and you'll see. But yeah, I'm basically spending a lot of time doing readings as for my planning purposes, for me to get an overall understanding of 2021 as it relates. And again, with any reading, always know that nothing is written in stone. There are things that could change their trajectory. For instance, if I'm not willing to value relationships, this is letting me know, but I could choose to ignore that. If I don't welcome the change, if I'm not flexible, this is going to be very difficult for me. And I could be blocking things that are going to, positive things that could come out of that. If I don't take care of my health, if I'm ignoring it, then I am not the queen of self-care. I'm not, Miss Wellness Queen, and so forth. I won't get truly realize the meanings and messages that I'm being given if I don't go all in and I'm open and I'm receptive to the messaging. So that's it. Thanks again for watching. This is Mika, Lead Taken. Please like, subscribe, share, and also if you have already subscribed, again, I really appreciate it and I thank you very much. And again, thanks so much again for watching. Bye-bye.